What's up, everybody? It's your boy Bene Alstivi, back again with another mic review.
Bene Alstivi.
This time I did take it out of the packaging that it came in because I wanted to confirm what it is, but I have saved some of the unboxing for y'all. The microphone this time is the Lauten Audio Black Series LA-120 FET condenser, small diaphragm condenser microphone. Picked this up off of Reverb for $400 something for the pair. So pretty good price. It's like borderline. We're kind of out of the entry-level microphones and into stuff that's actually, it's of reasonable quality that's going to last you a while. So let's go ahead and open this up. This is a great addition to our mic locker. It's about time that we had ourselves a matched pair of small diaphragm condensers, because that's one thing that we have been lacking in here. So we got some documentation. We'll get to that. We got a little card here stuck to the top. Congrats on your new Lauten Audio microphone. Let's read this real quick. When you purchase a Lauten Audio microphone, you're supporting a small family-owned and operated business. Your new microphone is designed to bring you years of inspiration and joy. If you ever have any questions, feedback, or need help, please send me an email at Dude actually gave me his email, that's cool. And we will get you taken care of ASAP. Also, don't forget to register your new mic and extend its warranty for free. Thanks so much for being a part of the Lauten Audio family. Thank you for welcoming me into the family, although I guess I kind of bought my way in, didn't I? Now, obviously, the elephant in the room is this beautiful wooden box. $400 for a stereo pair of mics is actually not, that's pretty cheap. So I'm really impressed by the quality and like this box and whatnot and all that stuff that comes with these mics. I hope they sound as good as everything looks. Ta-da! So inside the box, we've got our pair of pencils, which is important. Kids going to school, got to bring their pencils. You got to give them two because they always lose one or they lend it to a friend who lost theirs and then they don't get it back. So 2 pencils, always important. We have in here a pair of clips, super important. You know, hair's always getting in kids' faces at school. They need the clips. I mean, look at me, right? Pair of foam filters, which is great. We do record. I'm trying not to say it again. We do record outside in the yard every once in a while, so having foam screens is actually super useful out there in case of wind. And possibly the coolest thing, it comes with a second capsule, and these capsules have a different polar pattern to them. So the mics come with your typical cardioid polar pattern already installed into the mic, and these are omnidirectional, and you can swap them out. So pretty sick setup for, or a pretty sick deal for $400 something bucks. That's like 200 something per microphone, which really is pretty cheap as far as microphones go. So the question, of course, is if these microphones are so cheap, how do they sound? Am I paying mostly for the gizmos and the gimmicks of this nice, beautiful box, or do they actually sound as good as they should? And we will get to that in a moment, but first we're going to read some of this documentation, because I know that's the most fun part of everybody's day. Oh yeah, frequency response curve, I love that shit. Okay, Lauten Audio, where professional recording begins. LA-120 small diaphragm condenser microphone pair. The Series Black LA-120 small diaphragm FET condenser microphone pair by Lauten Audio is a professional and versatile pair of microphones for instrument recording. At its core, the LA-120 features a US-made ultra-low noise JFET amplifier, interchangeable 17mm pressure gradient condenser cardioid, and omnidirectional capsules, 50 and 150 Hz low-cut filters, 10 and 15K high-cut filters, and a transformer balanced output. The low-cut filters help reduce boomy lows and low-end rumble. The high-cut filters help tame bright rooms and sources. These features help you achieve excellent sounding recordings, regardless of your skill level. Which I guess no one told them, but it doesn't matter because I'm skill level 100 because I'm motherfucking Bene Alstivi.
Bene Alstivi.
Anyway, this microphone is a professional level piece of audio equipment to prevent voiding the warranty. Only authorized technicians should disassemble any part of this microphone. I wonder if that includes the capsule, or like swapping the capsules. Probably not. I feel like it's probably pretty easy to do. Use a sturdy microphone stand to prevent dropping, yada yada yada, and take care of it. Quick start guide, yada yada, phantom power, XLR, you got it. The frequency curve is what's really interesting to me. The cardioid has a super flat frequency response. From, what is that, it's like 600 to probably around 6K, and then the mid-range is a little bit wavy, but mostly flat. There's a little dip right around 100, maybe 110, that comes back up around 50, and then we start rolling off from 50 downward. Up at the high end, we have a slight dip, looks like at 6K, very slight dip, and then probably the highest peak on the graph comes out to around maybe 9K, 10K, and then a pretty steep roll-off after it's probably, 15 or 16K. The omnidirectional capsule, however, very different story. This is not flat at all. This is super wavy. Basically from 50 up until like 2.5, 3K, it's super wavy. And then you get to 3K and it just shoots up. So then by the time we get to 5K, from 5K to it looks like 15K, the entire response chart is higher than all the other frequencies. So the omnidirectional capsule is super airy and not flat compared to the cardioid, which is interesting. I'm thinking for the video, we'll experiment with overheads. We'll do an XY configuration, and then we will also do acoustic guitar as well. Those are kind of like the typical uses for small diaphragm condenser microphones. Of course, the whole art of recording is experimentation. So if you have a pair, do your own thing with them, try them on everything. But that's what we're going to do for the sake of this video. That's what a lot of people would be buying their own small diaphragm condensers to do. So let's go in the other room. Bene Alstivi back here in the live room now. We got the LA-120s up in XY configuration over the drum kit. I also have a 57 on snare and a Beta 52 on the kick. And I'll be turning various mics on and off so you can hear. I have none of the filters on the mic, and it's super sensitive. I do have a pad on my interface, soaking up some of that input. These are super sensitive. On the lowest gain setting without a pad, it was still clipping. So that's something to keep in mind. Make sure you have an interface with a pad, or you can do that somehow, because these mics don't have a pad on them. Anyway, let's get started. I've been Bene Alstivi,
Bene Alstivi,
and that was the LA-120s as overheads, with the cardioid capsules as well, I should mention. It's also worth mentioning that these mics, all the mics, are going directly into a Universal Audio Apollo X8P, and so I can emulate various preamps, but we're not doing that. We're just going straight in, typical interface gain, no emulation. So you're hearing the microphones as purely as themselves as possible. Now it's time for acoustic guitar. I took the pad off because this is the quieter source. We are just going straight into the interface, no processing whatsoever. I have one here pointing at the bridge, and then I got one pointing at 9th, 10th fret-ish, and they're about 5 or 6 inches apart, or 5 or 6 inches away from the guitar, pointing directly at the guitar. What matters is that they're the same distance from the guitar as each other, which they are. And yeah, once again, there's no high pass filter or low pass filter. This is just the mics on full blast. Also about this guitar, this is not some super nice Taylor or Martin guitar or whatever. This is like a child's starting guitar that I found at a pawn shop for $60, and it's covered in stickers, so it's kind of dead. And it's due for some new strings, so this isn't like the ideal sounding guitar, but it's the guitar that I have that's left-handed. So if it sounds great, then you know how good these mics are, I suppose. Don't look at me.
Bene Alstivi.